Well, hey, friends, we've got a really brief update for you and a big ask for help. To dive right in, we've been up to a lot in the last month. To say the least, we've done a ton of travel. Allison and I got to go to Chicago. We were in St. Louis, but we went to Chicago to see friends that we've missed for a long time, people supporting us, people helping us do what we do, and just to get a couple nights in one of our favorite cities in the whole world. And that was awesome. We then went back to Muscatine, which is where we left the kids in Iowa with grandparents. And we got to get a lot of work done on the camper, doing some repairs, unloading some of the extra weight, and just being with my parents and Allison's parents. And I also had to fix a bunch of things on the truck. So got everything up and running, and then I flew to Charleston, South Carolina, and then drove to Wilmington, North Carolina, where the Lark team, we did three different events with a lot of different people, encouraging them with good news and helping equip them for the work of spreading real good news. Those were an awesome time. I want to tell you more about those, and I will in a future video. But then over this last weekend, we came back to St. Louis, and I got to do an overnight retreat with some seniors in high school. And I got to lead worship and speak and encourage and equip them also for the spread of good news as they finish up their high school years. Really cool opportunity that came up here locally. The thing I want to ask for your help on, heading into the end of the year, we need a boost. And we need to get some more money rolling in monthly, as well as just some single gifts along the way. So I'm going to ask you to do a couple things. Consider increasing the amount that you give to us every month. Maybe things have changed for you over the last several months or even half of a year. We would love for you to consider increasing your gifts for us. Also, year-end giving, I know, is a really important way for people to handle their finances, their taxes, their write-offs, etc. We would love for you to consider making us one of your extra contributions at the end of the year, or even passing the word on to someone you know who's looking to do a year-end gift and is looking for somewhere to go, somewhere to send their money where they know their money is going to get put to good use, getting good news out. Pass on the word about us. I'll send you a little image that you could easily pass on. And that just brings me to the next point of just sharing what we're doing with your friends anyway. Whether that's casually or over a text message or an email or a social media post, we would love for you to just share your network with us in that way. If you can think of someone who's like, man, I think they might actually be interested in what the Allens are doing, whether it's the craziness of the RV life or if it's just the itinerant, nomadic work of visiting people on their turf to help them be equipped and empowered to share good news, please connect us with them. Send me a phone number, or I can even put together a Zoom call where we would have a whole group of people in to consider supporting us by hearing about what we're doing. So pass on the word. That's another great way you can help us. The other thing that I would love to do and have done a couple times in the past, which is great, is just hosting an event. And it can be an online event or an event in your house or at your favorite restaurant or in a backyard or whatever. But the event would be something you'd host and we would come to. We'd get to share our heart and our vision for what we're doing with your friends or with whoever you bring along or your coworkers. And we can just tell them with no pressure, like, here's what we're up to. You are welcome to join us by supporting it, by praying for us, financially giving, networking for us, or just being encouragers for us. That's the ask that I would bring. And that would be a great way to do it. It's also a lot of fun, and there's a great opportunity to just hang out with your friends and share some good food and good news. Lastly, and I mentioned this earlier, but I will put a little image into this email that you can use to share. You can post it on your social media and say, hey, these are my friends. They're doing this thing. You should check it out and consider supporting them. I'll provide that for you and would love for you to pass it on whatever social media platforms you use. And don't forget, the reason I'm doing everything I'm doing is because people don't have a lot of opportunities to have a pastor come into their turf, into their part of the world, even into their backyard or into their life, to just compassionately, relationally connect with them. And I'm doing that work. We are having a lot of fun, but we're getting to spend time with people face to face instead of just on Zoom calls and just spending thousands of dollars on weekends to fly places for a short amount of time. That's what we're doing. We're excited about it. We are equipping and empowering the spread of good news through everyday people. And that's ironically a hard thing to come by these days, as we've seen at least, and in the people we've been experiencing life with and dealing with questions from. So we would love to be able to press in on that, to get further out on the road, to be able to plan further out in advance, and you can help us do that by considering giving more, helping us with your network, or any of the other ways that I've put forward here. And if you're not able to do any of those, that's okay. But I just wanted to share where we're at and what the need is, so that you know what is going on and how you can continue to love, serve, and support us. We love all of you. We're grateful, so grateful. Thanks for checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't, and get in touch if there's anything you want to hear more about.